What is going on, guys? It's your boy BG, and welcome to Common Sense, where common sense isn't so common. And today I have a really special guest today, my boy Nix. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. Feeling good.
So, before we really get into the topic, bro, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How did you get into music? What really pushed you to really get deep into Christianity, especially your religion? The floor is yours, bro. You just really just telling, the people all about yourself, honestly.
I started making music when I was actually 12 years old, but I just got it published and stuff like that when I was like 18. Cause my brother will always tell me, like, I always show him a song, he'll be like, "Yeah, this is trash." So I would be like, "Oh, dang,
that's tough."
Yeah, so I would be like, but it was one song he said he actually liked. But then I went from there and I just started like making music. And I guess I started, I was with God for a long time. And, but I never really knew him. So it was kind of.
That's for a lot of people, honestly.
It was kind of. But now I actually got reborn. And like about 2 years ago when I cut my dreads off.
So, in most of your songs and your music, how do you usually roll with your production? Like, as far as, how do you know, okay, this is what's going to fit for your music? Like, okay, this is the exact beat I want. Like, how do you, basically the creation process?
Well, first of all, I want to make sure that they can hear me. If y'all can hear me, drop something real quick. If y'all can't hear me, say something. If y'all can hear me, say I can hear you. I want to make sure they can hear me too.
I want to make sure they hear you too.
I'm about to say, just make sure. If y'all can hear me, go ahead and drop something real quick. Oh, this lot popping. What's good? Oh, DG in the joint, Josie in the joint. This joint popping. Oh yeah, they dropping something.
Oh, yeah, they dropping.
If you can hear me, I can hear you.
Oh,
that's Swift. That's
say less.
Yes,
Say less. So what you was about to say before, really, that part, it was like, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because I think I was asking you about how the production behind your music, especially when it comes to creating your music. What is the creation process? What do you just sitting there and just be playing with beats?
So funny thing, I'm actually very picky with beats. I remember when I first got BeatStars, I would at least go through I'm kid you not 50 beats a day. I just be scrolling through beats. Because I'm just not the person. I mean, I'm very diverse. I can hop on anything. But to get that full Nix efficiency, I need...
I said Nix efficiency.
You need something I have a certain type of beat that I like. Yeah.
So, where do you, as far as the creation of the beat, where do usually these ideas come from as far as the beat? Do you look at a reference of a beat that you heard before and then it sparks up an idea, or you just come strictly off the dome with your music?
Most of the time it's off the dome. I hear it and I'm like, should I hear the beat? I'm like, oh, this drink's sweet. Oh yeah. And then,
I love it. I love it at this point. Yes. We are going to get it popping. That man had to put the crucifix on the table. Yes, Lord be with me.
That's what I do, bro.
We about to go in hard.
That's what I do, bro. I pray. I be like, God, what do you want me to say to these
lessons
people?
Listen to lessons today. Bro, I mean, you got some fans up there.
Oh, you are in lessons.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yo, I totally forgot about that. I was like, yeah, bro, I got your girl, bro. Yeah, bro. What's up with you, bro?
That video was at 500 on YouTube without promotion.
Oh, that's lit. Oh, that's it. I mean, I don't know if y'all peeped that that awkward moment because I almost went over here like this. I had to look. I was like, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I don't know what we were talking about. We was chopping it up yesterday about the initial topic, and I'm not gonna lie. We really clearly at this point we're just freestyling. At this point, I had a topic for you. I think it was about anxiety and depression. I feel how did you cope with that at the time when you had to go through it? And we just want to this whole purpose of this podcast is really give gems to the people, and then for people to go through the same thing, you can give out how you you cope with it, so it can give someone else an idea how they should probably cope. Because I understand that everybody is different on the way they cope with anxiety and depression. Some people, they like to talk to other people. Some people like to do it with music. Some people like to do it with drawing. So what is your way of really coping with it? Or people who don't necessarily have like the time for rap, drawing, or whatever the case may be?
Actually, the way I would do it, I would go about it is, as the Bible says, it's actually very funny because you can use this biblically or non-biblically. Like, you need to be healthy, like physically. You need to be physically healthy because your physical can affect your mental, whether you think so or not. It really does, because it's like, if you're sitting in bed all day eating chips, watching Netflix shows, and it's just like, I'm depressed, you need to like, it's actually like actual, this is scientific, like vitamin D is a chemical balance. If you lack it, you're more likely to get depression.
For real?
Yeah. That's actually a which basically means go outside. Like, which basically means go outside. Like, the whole time. You just go outside. So, like, you're more likely to get depression. If you're just sitting there eating chips and stuff like that, then you're going to be depressed. You know what I'm saying? You're not going out. I would surround yourself with friends, even if you don't feel like it. It's important to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just like, I guess it all like, I in a way, I get what you're saying, because we were talking about, meditation is bro, I meditate too. We were talking about meditation yesterday. Now, he was talking about yoga, saying yoga is demonic. Now,
yoga is demonic.
Look, trust me, I don't do yoga. I literally sit right in that chair and literally just be like, and just be breathing in and out, thinking my desires, thinking of ambitions. Of course, thinking of rack up other things while I'm in the process. Of course, positive things. So, but nah, I ain't really into, like, as I told you, I'm not really into yoga. You don't see no yoga mat in here. You ain't finding no closet either. So, the yoga game ain't really with me. I ain't really with that.
They be wilding out.
Yoga be weirdos. They be having sexual yoga and all that stuff. And, I think, and I can see why. Because that's moving over to, I could kind of see why you would, it's definitely believable that, meditation, like, with as far as yoga can be demonic. So, what are some things, as far as, what helps you to really gain your idea or topic of the songs that you write? Like, as far as like, what helps you to gain a better understanding of, like, okay, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to rap about. Do you base it off of your emotions, or do you base it off of something that has happened in the past, or a situation that happens? Because, like, for myself, when I go on these podcasts, right? When I make these podcast episodes, I usually make the topic about something I'm currently feeling at that particular moment. So I use it as a way to cope. So in a way, it's almost like, I ain't gonna say it's the same as rap. Yeah. But it's like, do you make your songs based off of emotion?
I actually do. So I used to just make bangers and just be like, I bet my fans gonna like this. They could be cranking to this. They're gonna love this. But then I started to actually get a little more vulnerable, and like if you heard Top Pick, that was a song that I started. No, Lessons was another song I was vulnerable in. Like, got my heart broke like 3 times. Count on the money I need, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a quitter. This up next, they talking me up. All these people never wanted me up. So it's like it started to, like, first it was bangers, but then it started to get a little deeper.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot really where I left off, because you was talking about, especially, you base it off of emotion. So even if you are, okay, so do you make your emotions reoccur by thinking about it, then putting it into a rap song? Like, okay, I remember, it's like, okay, I remember, you can say, okay, I remember this, that, and the third happened to me. But it felt harder, it felt way, like, bad when I was in that moment. So do you try to place yourself in your past moment to really get the full emotion of it?
No, I'm always feeling it. That's when I make a song, it helps me release it. Like, you say, I can hear it. Oh yeah, that's a bet. But it's like, it helps me release it. Like, Underdog, I just start going off on what I feel. Like, if I catch myself just writing it right, I usually backspace the whole thing. Because we don't need bangers in a generation anymore. Because this generation is broken. It's completely
I
shattered.
fully agree. Especially, the type of music being put out there. Don't get me wrong, I fall victim to it. But I did cut back on some of the songs. 90% of the time, I'm listening to podcasts, bro. 90% of the time, literally 90% of the time. Like, I started using my time to be more productive and educating myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With the right education. Like, more so on self-development. More so on self-development than anything. Because you might hear it in a podcast that I
What up, bro?
previously did. I had told I think Amir was in it. Or was it somebody? No, it was somebody else. No, this morning, because I did a podcast earlier this morning, and I told her, I was like, the outcome of wealth, to really gain wealth, is to work on yourself. It's like the outsourced currency is the work on yourself first. That's the outwards result.
Yeah.
Work on yourself first. What comes with it is the money. So you got to know yourself first. It's like you got to take your brain and flip through those files and make sure those files are organized. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And half the time, people, they live in a world where they files are all over the place.
Yeah.
They files
they don't even check the files.
They're here, and there. And, I'm a Christian myself, but I'm not as deep into it as you are. But I do implement prayer into, because I do daily routines.
Daily devotions.
So in the morning, I show gratitude. I feel like gratitude is one of the main things that cure my form of anxiety and depression, because it was a way of me realizing that I have a lot more than I expected.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. A lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people like to mope and complain oh my God, this happened. See, when you go through a situation, you can get a good out of a situation. You get a good out of a good situation, and you can get a good out of a bad situation.
Yeah, and that's what that's what I hate about the society. Is because it's they want to how do I put it, bro? They want to talk about God in a bad way, and woo woo woo, he's this and he's that, when he's trying to help you. And it's just whenever something bad happens, they blame God, but whenever something good happens, it's a coincidence.
What?
And I'm just
what?
That's crazy.
It's crazy that you said that, because it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that feel that same exact way. My bad. I'm just on my phone because I meant to mention on my other Instagram that there is a live going on. I know a lot of people.
Oh no, it's straight. It's straight. Bro.
That's why I'm flipping through my phone. But I completely get what you're saying.
I'm they wanna sit here and be oh, God's this and God's that, and
you don't even implement them in your rotation.
Every bad thing that happens is God, but then every good thing that happens is you, and a coincidence.
Yeah, it's crazy because people gotta understand too, when something bad happens, that's due to the choices you made to make that happen. If you have a bank account, bro, and you broke in your bank account, it's your bank account, bro. It says your bank account.
He said, God's not a crutch.
Exactly. He was man, okay, God, well, look, I need me some help right quick. Bro.
And it's and here's the whole kill about it, though. You get to your worst point in life, and then be oh, God, help me. Then when he helped you, you say, oh, wow, I did a great job. And I'm just oh, bro.
Come on, fool. For real, fool. For real, you really just going to just, okay. This is why a lot of, bro, it's so crazy when we're talking about God, now it's going to relate to blessings. And I was going to make a separate podcast about this, but anywho, I might as well rap about it now. Right. Look, a lot of people get a blessing and it's so confused. That is a huge thing too, because what people like to do, they like to, okay, I'm gonna do something for you. It's a blessing. And then they expect something when they do something for you, because a blessing isn't something that is conscious. It's you do it because it's you have the ability to do it. And that's what a blessing is, having the ability to help someone else too, vice versa, when you have the ability to do it. But people take that as, I help you to get this. Now you got to repay me back.
So it actually says in the Bible that I'm trying to get my words right. So God blesses us. Yes, He does. He gives us more. So, but He don't give us more because we've done a good thing. Because if you actually read the Bible, because I think people get Christianity mixed up. You don't go to heaven because you're good. Nobody's good. We've all fallen short at some point in time.
But the bottom line is, bro, we all made a sin, bro. We always we all came from.
I'm about to say, I think they got the wrong idea. Like, we're not good, so we think we get the blessings off of good works. Like, oh yeah, I've been reading my Bible lately, and I've been going to church, so yeah, God blessed me with this new house. When God blesses you, He bless you to give and to be more generous.
It's so crazy because the givers get more than the getters. The getters. Oh, it was a saying. It was like the getters get more than the getters because the givers. It was a saying, like the givers get more. The givers get more. Like the people who give out more get back more without even actually thinking of trace of thought of getting something back.
And that's the problem, because people wonder why they're stuck. And then God is like, okay, I gave you $10. You can't even split $2. So what makes you think you're gonna get $1 million split like 10,000?
And that's a whole nother topic, bro. It's like people are like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. You want to be a millionaire, but you can't handle thousands.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I want to be a thousandaire. Okay, you want to be a thousandaire, but you can't even handle hundreds, bro. And it was like, okay, I want to be a hundredaire. Okay, you can't even handle tens. You can't even handle $50 in your pocket, brother. I think a couple of days ago, bro, it was like my last few dollars I had in my pocket. Somebody actually asked me, and this ain't even like anything to be trying to act like, oh, I'm goody two shoes, but it's just because we're talking about blessings, I might as well just like this plays a factor in this topic. That this lady, she was there, she was like, I need some help. Woo, do you have a few dollars? I gave her everything I had. I was like, man, look, I got $5,000-$6,000 in my pocket in cash. I was like, you know what, you go ahead and take. She only asked for dollars. I understand, like, what a dollar is going to do for somebody.
Yeah.
If you really think logically, what a dollar is going to really do for somebody.
Yeah, that's why He blesses us, because, like, let's say I give you more money than I actually get, and then He blesses me with a big house. That's not the end of it. He wants to bless me with a bigger house, so I can, or a car. It was a story about a pastor that I was preaching. His name is Stephen Chandler. He was like, I got a new car, and I was riding. He said, all tinted, illegal tint windows. I was cruising. He said, I get that car away. And then he said, out of nowhere, well, it's a blessing. Long story short, it's a blessing. But he said, God blessed me with a new vehicle. My dad said somebody forgot to pay me, which he said nobody forgets to pay his dad. Like, somebody forgot to pay me. Here's a new car. He said, so now I got a new car. He said, don't get it twisted. I gave that car away too. The point is, and then this is why we're living in poverty, because we get the blessing and keep it for ourselves. So now God gotta use somebody else. Like, okay, I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Okay, we're on to Braxton. It's like, oh, Braxton being selfish on the Nate. All right. Nate being selfish on, you know what I'm saying? And there was switch. He'll keep on doing it. So it's just like we're being blessed to be more generous. We're not there to keep it to ourselves. Like, I remember when somebody it was outside of what's it called? What's the drink called? It was outside of, oh my gosh, bro.
Which one are you talking about?
A pizza. It was I forgot what it's called. Little Caesars. There was a dude outside of Little Caesars.
West Place. I mean, whoever eats Little Caesars I consider as a sin. Don't eat Little Caesars pizza. No, it tastes like bricks and rubber, because they stuff tastes like rubber.
God will give you anything until you can't handle me. Yep. Till you can't handle it.
That's facts.
Yep. But sometimes the devil can give us stuff too, and that's why. That's my girl Gabby. She's sweet like that.
I ain't never heard nothing like that. Hey, please elaborate on that. Because I never heard nothing like that.
She's like that, bro.
I need somebody to elaborate on that, because that actually stuck out to me. That had made my eyes lit up a little bit when I had look. I was like, whoa.
Because I was listening to a sermon, and he said, yeah, God got a plan for you. He got a like, you know what I'm saying? God got a plan for you. The devil do too. And what happened?
I've never heard that.
What has happened in society was what the devil did. He made us think that bad was ugly. That's what he made us think. And it's like, on the contrary, it's actually reversed. Like, think about it, bro.
Wait. It's reversed?
What is better? Greens or cake?
I would say greens. I would say greens are better. I mean, but cake tastes good. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
What is better, a bad shawty that don't clean the house or whatever, or you just find this like real average, but she like you literally just fall in love out of nowhere, like oh my gosh, she don't go out, she don't model, she don't do anything, she just pay her bills, and it's like, but for some reason I fall in love with this girl and not Megan Thee Stallion. Like what's going on here? It's because we were made to think that if this looks good, then it is good.
Dang. Oh, okay. Because I was like, oh.
He said,
I strong believers.
Oh yeah, promise of Jesus.
Our house at all times. And I feel like that's another thing too, man. Speaking of guarding your heart, yo, I feel like too, you have people. I also say this in another podcast. You have people that will believe you but don't believe in you. Yep. They'll look at you in your face and say, okay, yeah, I believe you can do it. Or they'll say, okay, I believe you'll try to do it, but I don't believe you're going to succeed in it.
I'm trying not to preach because I can feel like bubbling.
No, you can't. No, this is the point. This is the purpose of the podcast, bro. You got to keep it real.
Because what you said basically is saying like, I believe in you, I just don't have faith in you.
Basically.
So it's funny how I was like, we have a whole bunch of believers that believe in God but have zero faith. And that's how this is how I see it. What's good, Gam? That's how I see it. It's like we have a bunch of believers that believe in God but have zero faith in Him, and wonder why you're not moving. Then we get this. Then you got these Christians who think like, who twisted that faith without works is, or works without faith is death. Something like that. I forgot the verse.
Faith without works is dead.
Yeah, faith without works is death. That means
death.
Yeah, like that means if God wants me to start a business, that means I need to be working 3 jobs at a time. I need to go get this money. And it's just like, no, God is a miracle worker. All He needs you to do is take a step. And
taking a step does require work. You have to work to make that first step.
This step,
you got to take action though.
He ain't tell you to jump yet.
They be trying to go hard for real.
Yeah, they be trying to, but now you're doing it off your own works. That's not God. You're blessing yourself. And like I said, we think success is God. Ooh. Just because you got money don't mean it came from God. The devil want to see you destructed.
And this just is not because you got money don't mean you successful.
There we go. That don't mean like the people think the devil is an anime character, bro. Like first I'm gonna hit you with the right, and then I'm gonna hit you with the left. After that, I'll come for your family. Like no. He's very, very deep. He will send the baddest girl your way.
And she just toxic, bro.
No. Not even toxic. If God told you to not date, He would throw the baddest one in your way. Just to throw you off.
It's like a test of ego, bro. Test of ego and faith, bro.
Just to throw you off. He will do anything that makes it seem good. This is why we need discernment. If you don't have discernment and you're not praying and you're not reading your Bible, then you're just reading that book. You're just opening a book and you're like, oh, okay. That's why you really gotta pray and not just read the Bible, because you gotta ask like, what does this mean? Because you're gonna take it a whole nother way, or you be like, I mean, God, you said you'll bless me with a wife someday, so this might be it.
He said this might be my calling. Like this might be the spot.
Yeah, like this is it. This is.
He said, "Oh my God, thank God for blessing me." This no, brother.
And then God's like, that is, but not now. Not now. You're gonna mess it up. And you're like, no. I think I got this.
I'm pretty sure this is your blessing. And then that's what a lot of people get confused too. They try to understand God, like how the way He worked.
It's like you can understand the way He works,
but he talked to people differently though. You know what I'm saying? He talks to people differently in different ways. That's what I'm saying. Like because He talked to you a certain way, He could be talking to me differently. It's like, how do I put it? Because that's another thing that some Christians get mixed up. Well, this one's not that bad than the others because you're generally trying to get closer, and you think there's no way I can understand God. You can, but there's no way you can wrap your head around God. Okay, that makes more sense. Because the thing about it is, think of it like this. Actually, it's crazy because I had a testimony today. I was in my truck, in my work truck. My work truck sits about like right here, and the car sits about right here. So I'm riding in my work truck, and I'm like, okay. And the cars were going. I'm in an intersection waiting for this, waiting to cross the street. And this one car wasn't going.
And I'm like, dog, you could have went at least twice. What happened was there was a car blocking him right here, and he ain't have the perspective to see what was going on. So what I got from that is God has the almighty perspective to see everything that's going on in your life that you can't see because you're right here.
It's so crazy, bro, because it was literally a not a meme, but God, he was like, God distances you from people, the things that you don't see in like your, like he sees the things that's going on behind your back.
That's so, bro.
It's so crazy because you literally just said, I was like, whoa, that's literally the same thing I was just reading.
Yeah, we really got to thank God for the closed doors and not just the open ones. Sometimes he shuts them for your own good.
He was like, yeah, I don't know if you go through that.
Because we try to bust open the door. He's like, no, I locked it for a reason.
We try to kick it down like the Kool-Aid man. Like, oh, yeah. And then when you kick it down, like, oh, no, oh, no, oh, yeah. Oh, no, oh, no. It was like, and he hit you with that. Oh, yeah, you opened that. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. So I completely, you know, that's, you know, now you got me thinking a little bit now. You just said that.
Like, it's a lot that goes into it. But it's like, as for, like, depression and anxiety, he deals with it a different way. The world, you can get happiness from the world. Don't get me wrong. You will be happy if you listen to motivational speakers, read from motivational books, how to get rich, how to be how to beat poverty, da 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 da. But you won't have joy. Joy comes from the Lord alone. Happiness is what's it called? Temporary. But joy is something I can look at my bank account right now and it could be negative 1,000 and I will flip it and go back to sleep. Because he gives me peace. How does he give me peace? Because I have faith in him. So even if that joy says negative 1,000.
Yo, you literally said the same thing. I literally just dropped the podcast at 2 p.m. I literally said in my podcast, I'm like, no matter if faith, because God would test your faith, no matter how badly my bank account may look, if I still have faith that things will get better, I have to trust in his will.
Yep.
I swear, you live. I only want to swear. But look, you literally said the same thing I literally just dropped in my podcast. I have faith in non-word. That's what the podcast is called. Make sure you guys tap into it at cs.podcast. But yes, I definitely said the exact same thing you literally just said. Now, I just said it in a different way. But I was like, yeah, no matter how badly my bank account is, what is going to help me if I'm sitting here worrying about it? If you're going to pray about it, don't worry about it.
Yep.
If you're going to pray about it, don't worry about it. If you're going to worry about it, then don't pray about it.
That's actually a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a hard fact. That was a bar. That was a bar. If you're going to worry about it, don't pray about it.
If you're going to worry about it, don't pray about it. That's actually tough. That's a t-shirt.
Hey, no cap. No cap. No cap.
You know what's funny? I was just talking about that. I was like, I feel like worrying is low-key a sin. It's like, let me put it like this. Let's say you go to work, and you know we used to work together. Yeah. And I said, I'm gonna pick you up at 6 o'clock, right? And I pull up, and you're not there, and you're like, why? And I'm like, why aren't you here? And you're like, oh, I got a ride. You know what I'm saying, just in case you ain't come.
That would be seriously a dick move.
But how many times do we do that to God? It's like we were like, God, I prayed for it. I prayed for a new business, and you told me to, and like, I know that I just gotta be patient, but this job opportunity came right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. Because you're so worried about when is it gonna come, what's gonna happen. Woo. My man in here.
Hey Trey, yeah, dang, not even.
It's good.
I was like, bro, I was believing like success and blessings doesn't, you can't put a due date on it, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You can't put a due date on a blessing or a success goal, because now, just say, for example, just say, okay, I want to be a millionaire by 30. Okay, you be 30 and you don't got it, then what do? You stop?
Yeah, I'm like, see, you got to realize that if it's not in God's will, it's not going to be done. Because you wasn't created for that. Like, some people are not made to be a millionaire. And this is the problem with our generation. Is we think, oh my gosh, what you're saying is I can't do what I want. No, you can't do what you want. Some stuff you just can't do, bro. This is why there's transgenders. This is why there's gang violence. Some stuff you just can't do, bro. Like, yo, no, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm about to slide on him. Why? Because he was talking to my girl. You can't do that. So you saying I'm going to let people talk to my girl and F with my girl? No. But you can't just slide on somebody because they talk to your girl. You
just can't just be doing it, bro.
Like,
oh yeah, I'm out of there like slide on cuz. I'm out like lay him out. What you want to lay him out for? Bro, talk to my girl. Okay, well, hey, look, I mean, he's him, she's her. She has to tell him no.
It's like, yo, like you can't.
If she say yes, well, I mean,
that was God.
Hell yeah, if she said yes, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to say that.
God already kicking her out the door for you before you get married. Already kicking her out the door.
She was like, okay, yeah. Oh wow, and it's like an oh wow moment. You just looking like, oh wow. So yeah, dang, bro.
I'm like, it's just some stuff you just can't do, bro. Like, they're just like, but anyway, going back to it, God's will is like, everybody's not meant to be a millionaire. Some people are literally just meant to be good fathers and good mothers, working the same job for the rest of their life. Now, as the body of Christ as a whole, that's not a bad thing. They make it seem like a bad thing, though, for some reason. Like, just like, it's a Bible verse. The head cannot say, I don't need the hand, and the hand cannot say, I don't need the leg. The body of Christ works in unison. You ever worked at that warehouse with a broken thumb or something like that? Like, with a hurt finger?
Yes.
And how, like, it made something so simple, so difficult.
Yes. Yes.
Like, the pastor's job is just as important as the person serving the coffee. And that's how it is, bruh. That's really how it is. Just because you've been given more money or something, that's God's will for them, because they knew that like they would be best suited for this. But let's say like she just called you to, lead a small church or a small business, forever. That small business until you die. You raised up a person who now moved to Colorado that started a bigger business that blessed more people.
And it's so crazy when you said that, because I was telling looking at a podcast by Jay Shetty, and it was by Scooter Braun. He was like, God made us. We're not meant to be praised, but we're meant to serve other people.
We're meant to serve, bro.
We're meant to serve other people. It was like, how can my success help someone else? And I had to look at it in that aspect. It's like, it's not just your family. It's not just your friends. It's more bigger than yourself and your family. What you want to achieve? How can what you want to achieve improve the world? How can your goal and your success help move someone else further?
Yep. How can it move somebody else further? Not just, you and yours.
It's not just like, oh man, I'm doing it for my family. And that's still being service to someone else. If you really think about it.
Yep.
That's still being service to someone else. Oh, I'm doing this for my mom. Well, that's being service to someone else. Oh, I'm doing this that's still being service to someone else. Oh, I'm doing this for my cousin. That's still being service to someone else. So when you understand that, in order to get where you need to be, you have to make sure what you want or what you want to achieve can help benefit. You can't be selfish with something that you want.
Yep.
You cannot be selfish. If it's something that you ask God for, just to piggyback off what you were saying, if it's something that you ask God for, don't do it for self-reasoning.
Yeah.
Don't do it because of you. Do it because of how you can create more people like you or better than you. Because you make the blueprint.
Yep.
Your success should be able to be the blueprint, just same as reading some of these books, right?
Yeah.
Although you said they could create joy, but it can't create happiness, or whatever way you flipped it.
Yeah, happiness.
Yeah,
right?
happiness. But however, the things that you read in books creates a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
They written out. How you think they learn these things? Because their personal life experiences. They creating the blueprint so you won't make the same thing they did, even though you might still end up doing it regardless. Might end up still doing it regardless, but
our men's group is called The Garden in Waldorf. Very cool. You should come sometime. But my brother said something very, 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 like, I can't explain the word for it.
Was it like it was realer than real? Like
it was more than the gem. It was more than a gem. What he said was
a treasure full of gold.
There was a difference between a smart man and a wise man. A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from others' mistakes. And I didn't really... I heard it. I was like...
But it makes so much sense. But see, that's why I call it common sense. That's what common sense is too. And just to not to really switch the subject, but just to follow up on that quote, right? When I was younger, right, my dad had smoked cigarettes and stuff like that. But for me, looking at him, just watching him do them, like, no, I don't want to do that. The smell of it smells bad. I don't want to do that. It's not really me. Because I'm looking at what someone else doing is making me wise enough not to do what he do because of the... it's kind of like common sense is more so using your five senses of what you can understand within your five senses to understand if something is good for you or something that's bad for you. You can see something bad, and to some people they don't have common sense. I feel like that's rare. They can see something bad that's like, okay, I'm going to go over there and do it.
Yep.
And to some people, like, okay, that looks bad. I'm not going to go over there and do it. Oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
They using their common sense. They using what they already know, although they never experienced it. They using what they know throughout their five senses. It could be something smelling bad. Oh, it don't smell good. I don't want it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it don't taste good. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, it looks bad. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
The only thing you gotta be careful about that is common sense is only common to the mind. So,
hey, that's a bar. That's a bar. Now let's elaborate on that a little bit. Now I gotta understand why, because I know when this podcast get uploaded, a lot of people ask like, "What do you mean?" Nah, we gonna need to elaborate on that.
So, we all are raised in different households. So it's like what's common sense to you is not common sense to me. Like common sense is like yo, like why are you here? Shouldn't you be studying? That's common sense to her because both of her parents went to college and got degrees. It's like, shouldn't you be studying? It's like, nah, bro. I mean, I'm gonna study. I'm gonna get it done.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was like,
you live in a house with procrastinators,
right? That's what I was saying. Like everybody's common sense is a little bit different. That's what I was saying. That's what I said earlier. Like it could look bad to you, but it might not look bad to me.
So the second thing I was about to say is you gotta be very careful of that. I was about to say because that's why you need to follow the Bible through, because our definition of good is not God's definition of good.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were saying earlier.
And like I said before, with the basketball joint. Oh, so the token that I had to give you, I was thinking like, let me just put it like this: if you bought a car, right, and you had some problem with Toyota, you had a Toyota, and then you came to me and was like, hey. Like, no, I saw the car. I was like, hey, bro, I can fix it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. And then you came, and then a Toyota, the person who created Toyota, literally created Toyota came and was like, nah, let me fix it. Who would you trust? Me or the person who created Toyota?
I mean, I'm gonna trust the person who created Toyota. I ain't gonna trust you. I mean, the person who made a Toyota knows more than the person who thinks he can fix Toyota.
So here's my token. So why are we trying to battle against God when He created humanity?
Ooh.
He is the manufacturer.
That is. Yo, it's so much you're saying, bro. It's so much you're saying because it related to a podcast that I literally did a while back. I'm like, if you got problems, go to your creator. And you literally just said something like the Toyota analogy. I literally said, yo, if you have a car, it does not go anywhere else but to where it went, where it came from. So as you said, a Toyota manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
You have a Toyota car. If you got problems with the Toyota car, go to the Toyota dealership.
See, what's happening is it's like we're thinking we know more about the car. For somewhere through time, we thought we knew more than the manufacturer. So it's like now it's just like
that's science. Science think they know more than the manufacturer.
Yeah, it's like now we think because we have same-sex marriages, we have sex before marriage, we have anger. Like, oh yeah, if somebody kills my man's, I gotta kill him back. We have there's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's just like God created this emotions, all of it. So what's in that Bible? Don't think of it as a rule book. It's a love letter to protect you from what's going to happen.
Love letter. That's hard.
So it's like, you sitting here like, oh.
Dang, I realized my mic was off. Oh my God. Well, I guess I'm gonna just edit it, bro.
It's like, yo, like, how do I put it? It's like we start to be like, I think the steering wheel should be on the right side instead of the left. The exhaust should be in the front instead of the back. I think that just have a little smaller tires. And what we're doing is nitpicking life, thinking like this is what we think. Now, the car, don't get me wrong, the car could possibly run. But you're going at 40 miles per hour when God intended to go 100. You're not going at your max efficiency that you need to be going. My man's be spitting lit.
Right, that's what I'm reading. I'm just in there reading. I'm just reading. Yeah, at least 7% is better than the best. It's so crazy. And speaking of impressing, bro, I feel like a lot of people love to try to impress other people.
That's because they didn't get no attention from their parents, from their broken family. So they're seeking for attention from somebody else. Just because you have both parents doesn't mean you got attention.
Right. Just because you got both parents doesn't mean they're good parents. Like that too. I think that plays a huge factor in how. And I think something that there's so many podcasts I did before this, and there's so many gems and so much stuff I remember in previous podcasts. It was a guy who I had a podcast with. His name was Andrew Burdick. And we was talking to him, and he was like, yo, when you give into someone else's opinions, you're giving into someone else's lifestyle and beliefs. That's a true statement. Like, if someone tell you blah, 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 and you like, yeah, you know, now you're giving into what that person believes in that person's lifestyle.
Yeah.
And now I understand. I'm like, that's a lot of people that do that. That's a lot of people that do that. And they change their perspective of how they think to fit in a crowd of people that they don't belong with.
And that's the problem, bro. Now you're a Honda trying to get fixed by a Toyota person, and it's just like it doesn't work like that, bro.
He said, "Yeah, you're a Honda trying to get fixed by a Toyota person." He was like, "Yo, do you know how to fix this Honda? Yeah, we could try to fix it, but I don't think we can fix it. But we could try it. Just bring the car on there." And he was like, "Okay, cool." And next moment, your car beat up, jacked up because you taking the car to the wrong dealership.
Then it's like, "Oh my God, oh God,
oh no, God, please no." You know, like the episode of "Go no, oh God, please no." Oh snap! Oh no! Oh God! Please no! Yeah, that's how a lot of people be, yo. When they definitely take that car to that wrong spot, when they listen to somebody else other than the manufacturer, that's when the car breaks down. And when the car breaks down, that's it. You can repair it, but you gotta go back and take it to the right dealership.
And that's for the car. We're talking about life, just to make sure everybody understanding.
Yeah, the analogy is towards life.
Right.
Life is just like a car. Sometimes you ain't the driver. God is the driver. People try to control their own car.
Actually, not. You're the driver. It's just that sometimes that's why they may say Jesus take the wheel. That's where they got from, because it's just like when you can't handle it on your own. It's just like, I bet, steer me in the right direction.
Put it in cruise mode.
Because because there's a lot of this is a common analogy, but GPS can stand for God's planning system. So
that's fire.
So it's like you're headed. He gave you a destination to head to. You're headed to that. Oh, what's good, Biz? You're headed to that destination. He gave you a destination to head to. Sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we have sex with the wrong person we're not supposed to have to. Sometimes we start smoking, get depressed over stuff we're not even supposed to be about, and we come back to God. That's rerouting. That's when you make a wrong turn. God's like, okay, I'm gonna continue to reroute you. I'm gonna continue to reroute you.
That's good that you said that. And
it's never going to stop. Rerouting, right. And it's never going to stop.
Right. That's funny you said it. When you go the wrong direction, he'll take you a different and better route that leads you to that same destination that you want to head to.
Yep.
That's big facts. That's a gem. That's a gem. God's planning system.
And here's what gets me even more like upset, because people want to blame God, and I'm like, yo, did you not hear what I said? He reroutes you constantly. This is the time where you ain't even believe God. This is the time that I ain't want nothing to do with God. You haven't even been in the church, and he's still rerouting you. The fact that he's still there from 40 years of you denying him, and he's still there, and just like, you ready yet? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. All right, let's get it on the road. And he's just like, total grace.
Get you on the road, and next moment you're like, oh, wait, let me go this direction. Oh, come on, let's reroute again. You going the wrong direction, buddy. Let's reroute again. Oh, boom, you go the right direction, then you make that Never left. Oh my God, you supposed to go straight. Let's reroute again. Hold up, I'm with you. Let's reroute this direction again.
Like, his grace is amazing. Like the fact that we don't like. Here's an analogy I had back then. That my first analogy that actually got some traction with my me starting to preach sermons and stuff. I was like, matter of fact, perfect. Let's say I stay at your crib, right? You say, bet. I give you a place to stay. Just don't touch my food. Don't touch my game. Don't clean up after yourself. You give me 10 rules, right? Just not to do. Like, don't do this.
I know what you're referring this to.
See what I'm saying?
I know what you're referring to.
And now it's like, okay, bet. And I break every rule. and then if I said sorry, that's one thing. But I didn't say sorry. I was like, nah, it's your fault for letting me stay here. So it's like, and you look at me like, get out.
You know what? You could just hit the door. Wait, I forgot. You didn't even bring anything in here. Well, take you out the door. That's what you brought here.
And it's crazy how we sit there and we break all God's rules and then blame him for breaking his rules because his rules is unfair.
Oh my God, this is not fair. I've been going through something. Well, guess what? It's due to your choices, buddy.
When God is actually trying to protect you, just like there's good seeds, like pastors with the sweaty, like they get the sweat and they be like, God's gonna plant a seed in your life and it's gonna grow. It's gonna plant a seed in your life and it's gonna grow abundantly and exceedingly. And it's just like, just as there's good seeds, there's bad seeds. And I think we don't take that serious enough. You listening to one little baby song has an effect. You watching a horror movie that has nudity has an effect. It's a small seed, but it has an effect.
It's a small seed that can become way bigger.
Until you tame it.
Yeah.
We think, it's not a big deal. Just
a little mistake. Well, that little marking right there, everyone could see it. If you have $4,000, right, and then you spend $1,000, whatever $4,000 you make, that $1,000 make a huge difference.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like people need to understand that one seed, bro. That one bad seed is gonna grow until you're to a point where it's just like, oh snap!
It becomes so unbearing. Like it just becomes something like, oh my God, I planted this seed for so long. Now I can't handle this.
And then we look at people like, because they're a Sagittarius. That's the way they like. That's what they're really like that. No, they're like that because they let seeds in their life manifest. That wasn't supposed to manifest. That God said no, don't do it. He's telling you no. Like you got people talking about you shouldn't have sex before marriage. That's stupid because you got to know what the person is about. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want bad sex. You idiot. If nobody had sex, then nobody would know what bad is.
Oh, man.
The perspective is here. But God, the more you get closer to Jesus, the higher your perspective is. And now you're seeing like, oh, geez, I was down there.
I get that like every day, bro. Like, ever since I went through this phase where it's like for 3 straight months, all I wanted to do was just educate myself and just like get better. And then, like I said, gratitude and prayer was always something I always implemented on a daily basis. Yeah. And I still do it to this day. I get up in the morning and God, all you got to say is thank you. It don't have to come with no huge paragraph. Being thankful, showing gratitude, is what helps alleviates the distractions and the depression and anxiety that's around you.
That he woke your sorry behind up. You
right. People be thinking I'll wake up, I made my heart beat today. No, bruh. You ain't wake up. You did not choose to have your heart keep pumping. It's God. That's when you was talking about grace and mercy yesterday. I was about to say yesterday. And we getting so much into the topic, my brain is going like 1,000 miles per hour. When you was talking about grace and mercy, I was in one of my podcasts. I kind of described. I said God's grace and mercy. God's grace is God giving you the things that you necessarily don't deserve, but He's giving it to you, and the mercy is for you to be able to actually see that.
That's what I'm saying. But the problem is. You remember 7 Deadly Sins, right?
I didn't get deep into. I only watched one. I think I might watch 2 seasons, but
But you remember the 7 deadly sins they were talking about, like the names of like the lust, greed,
Yeah.
The biggest one, the worst sin you can have is pride.
Pride can get you killed. Pride can ruin your life. Pride is like another words of ego. If you let your ego and your pride get in the way, you could damage a lot of the relationships with people who are really good people. You could damage relationships with God, obviously, because you got your ego there. You trying to say it's my... See, that's the one thing. God gives you the choice. Look, if you want to turn that way, well, you could turn that way, but I'm still here.
I'm calling it shades. I called it the other day. I call it shades. Pride is shades. It's just like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be going out to clubs. It's just like, what you say? You shouldn't be going out to clubs.
I call that earplugs if they can't hear it.
Yeah,
I call that, huh? I call those AirPods. Because you can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing through AirPods.
Pros.
The pros, yes, the pros. You want the noise canceling? Okay, we ain't going to put the spatial audio on where we can hear everything outside those headphones. We're going to put it on noise canceling. So we're going to just, put it on noise canceling. So they listening to the noise outside instead of the bigger music that they should be listening to.
So some people really think, like, I have people who, because everybody gets thought about themselves one time or another. And nobody likes it. No, you're not supposed to like it. They just told you about yourself, bro. Like, you're not supposed to like it. But
you got to own up to it.
Most people go home and be like, I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, am I like that? Nah, I ain't like, and they battle with it. But there's some people, bro, who go home and was like, nah, they were tripping. They were big tripping.
They were bugging. They were bugging. I was like, but it ain't nothing about me, bro. Like, see, there you go. There you go lying to you. There you go, because you know it's true.
They're so blind, though, that they don't even see that. Now, that is crazy. I want to know how you get to that point where it's just like, because usually you see it, but you don't want to change. That's one thing.
I feel like that's just being surrounded by people who are ignorant. And the root word of ignorant is to ignore.
Yeah.
To ignore. You're ignoring the fact that this is the truth, but you're trying not to own up to those mistakes in the truth.
That's where you gotta, like, that's why you got a bunch of friends who never succeeded, all in the same group.
Oh,
a bunch of baby mamas who want to give advice to the one good girl in there, but they're all single.
They stay in the squad like, yeah, this is my gang. We all lift each other. You ain't even going nowhere.
You should have been left him, woo, and you got 2 babies and one on the way.
Oh wow.
And the father is nowhere to be found.
Oh wow.
And then you're like, oh, you're trying to drop gems or something.
Oh wow. So you think you're better than everyone else because you're doing, you still hang around with that group. You haven't even elevated. What are you doing?
And that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, just be on some Shaggy, right? Like, what are you doing?
Like Scoobs.
Like Scoob. Like, you ain't even getting nowhere.
And I'm just like, bro, I think you elevate, not by money, not by success, not by business, but by peace. That's actually in the Bible. The first sign that you're getting close to Jesus, the Prince of Peace, is you get a good night's rest. That's actually biblical. That's scripture.
It's so crazy,
You get a good night, like all the days that you just like, what? I actually slept pretty good.
It's so crazy when you said that, right? When you was like peace. I was looking at another podcast. It was by Jay Shetty. It was with a lady named Young. Well, she's not young. She's like in the damn 60s. And she was saying her name was Martha Beth, and she was like, when you want something, the answer is always yes.
He's laughing. Talking about the school Drake.
Yeah. Like, when you really want something, it's always yes, but it gets sent to your personal address. It don't get sent to your house. It gets sent to your personal address. Yeah. What's your personal address? Is your inner peace. You can never find it if you're not within your inner peace. If you're not inside your inner peace.
Yeah.
You will never find it. If you're not in your inner peace, you will never find it. And whenever you want something, that's where it gets sent to. And if you're not in your inner peace, then you'll never find it. And
then this is where me and my friends, old friends, get into an argument. Okay, I'm like, peace only comes from Jesus. They're like, no. I said, no. You can't get peace away from Jesus. It's impossible. And people are like, oh, because what they're saying is Christianity as a religion, which is fine because I don't blame them. I blame the pastors. I don't blame them. There's a church on every street, but the wall's still broken. I don't blame them. I blame the pastors that made them think that, like, this is what it is. So it's like, it's not a religion, it's relationship. So now they're looking at me like, you can't get peace if it's not from Jesus. And they're like,
that's a good perspective. I like how you said that. You said it's a relationship.
It is.
It's just a relationship.
Because the Bible, first of all, what does the Bible say Jesus is a Christian?
Man made that.
Man-made Christian.
Man made what they pursue it as religion. Man made all these other religions that's against that form, like, Christ. And that's why they have Buddhism, all this other it's so crazy.
And I was talking to my cousin about that, because his friend is an atheist. And we were talking, and I was like, he said, why can't Jesus just come down and just show himself right now with a big sign? I said, he did. That book is not a fairy tale. When you read that book, you're reading people's lives that walk this earth.
As I said, it's like every book you read is like a blueprint.
It's
a blueprint.
That is the blueprint. That is the like original blueprint.
That's like life's blueprint. Like your
People
purpose blueprint.
write books on anxiety and stuff like that. But the main big blueprint,
if you want to learn about wealth, everything you want to learn, everything you want to know, wealth, money, health, mental health, anxiety, depression, you get all that in the Bible. Instead of having reading 10, 20 books and trying to get that one source that you want. And everything is in all those books. But in the Bible, it has it literally there. You don't have to look anywhere to find it. It's literally in the book.
It's literally
although I don't read the Bible, but I definitely believe that the things in the Bible are true. I personally haven't taken time. I don't have anything against the Bible at all. I have nothing.
Yeah, it's just time.
Yeah, exactly. So I have nothing. I believe in Christ and so much more. I feel like ever since I started praying, when I really started taking time with myself, bro, and really just start recognizing that God, you seen in my Instagram story what I had said, if I never thought about so much stuff that I have now, and if I would just if I didn't notice that, I'm just as ungrateful as the next man, because I remember where I used to be at. Yeah, I was in a basement, bro.
That's what I'm gonna show you him afterwards. It's a dude named Caleb Gordon. He's a new Christian hip hop artist. He is slaying every track. And he was this song called Slide. He was like, I'm not where I was, but I'm not but I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Right. Ooh. Ooh. And I just look at it as, God opened those opportunities up. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even be here right where I'm at now if I didn't take the time to seek him. Yeah. That's how I looked at it as. Because back then, I used to pray, but I never really prayed so consistent. I'm literally praying consistent. All right, Lord, what do you need me to do? Look, when I wake up the next day, I'm so thankful that I'm waking up another day, because if you wake up another day, that means there is a purpose for you. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you. When you wake up the next day, it's some type of purpose you have not fulfilled yet.
Yep.
That's how I look at it as. So every day I wake up, I'm like, well, I'm pursuing that purpose. I'm pursuing what direction he's directing me in.
That's exactly what it is.
I continue to keep following that. And in my faith and non-belief, in my faith and non-worry podcast that I literally just posted, I literally woke up the morning and something had told me this. And I knew it wasn't me, and I will repeat it. It said it when I was in my seat. I kept thinking about, dang, bro, my bank account looking skimp. I keep getting it out, getting it out. But then it was a voice there. It was like, don't worry, my son. I'm working for you and not against you. If you truly believe in me, I will test your faith. And it was so crazy. Bro, it's so crazy because it was clear as day. Literally, if you go into the podcast, I literally said it. I was like, it stuck with me the whole night. I was like, yo, the next morning I woke up, I was like, yo, that was not me. That was not me. That not something as, it sounds so scripturalized. It was not that wouldn't be something.
I'm going to say, that sounded like something God was saying.
Right, I'm like, that don't sound like me, bruh. That don't sound like me, big bro. I was in there. I was like, yo, this is.
What you mean? Watch out. What you mean? Elaborate.
It's elaborate.
Oh wait, no, low key. Is it Nick's low key a gangster, bruh?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, she be blowing me.
But it's so crazy. But when I sat down, I really thought about it, bro. It stuck with me the whole night, and I woke up the next morning, I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna worry about that, bro. That ain't even my concerns right now. If I know what direction I'm heading in, and if I've been consistently praying on finding my direction, finding my ways in life, and I know I can't do this alone, when I knew that I have him in my back corner, like if I know if I fall off, get back up.
That's the truth. That's the beauty. Now you're realizing that because like the beauty of the relationship with Jesus, like that is Christianity. So basically, they had to put us in some type of category. So they put, these are.
I turn on the fan right quick.
Okay,
you can keep talking. I'm still listening.
Yeah, I'm like this.
Back on the topic.
He said it's hot in this drink.
Yeah.
Bacon in this drink. Speaking too much word.
Look, we speaking so much heat.
I'm just like, what happened was, it's a whole nother thing I'm about to say because I was thinking of it's two different topics I was about to say. Like when I was saying Jesus, why did Jesus just come down and write a sign and da 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 da? I'm like, he already did. He said, why don't he do it again? I said, you don't like. Why would he do it again if you already did it? I said, okay, hypothetically, if he did come down again and do everything again, he's gonna do everything again. Brandon gonna die. He gonna say, come back again. He gonna do it again, right? Then you're gonna die, go back to heaven. So now there's one religion that everybody knows. Guess what people gonna do? It's gonna go into a cycle again. People don't like Christianity, so they made their own religion to counter that. See, this is why there's Muslims. This is why there's Buddhism. They can hate me all they want. They can come at my neck all they want on this podcast. But this is why
it is what it is.
This is why there's different religions, because people was like, nah, that don't seem right. Or I don't like that. So they made another religion and another religion and another religion until it got to the point where now Jaden Smith and like people like Billie Eilish trying to be their own god.
Which you can't. I mean, we all mortal. Come on now. Why are you trying to be a power, a different entity when you're not born to be that? Like, that's so crazy.
They're seeking supremacy.
And it's so crazy, like, how people look at Pope as a god. Like, bro, he just like us. He bleeds just like how I bleed.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I'm just like, it's going to repeat. And he said, I'm saying the cycle's going to repeat. And I said, you don't want him to come back again. Because
when he come back again, that's going to be something serious.
Actually, it's the second thing. You remember how the story of Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
How he bit the fruit?
Yeah.
And then he banished them from the garden?
Yeah.
Fun fact, he banished them from the garden not because he was mad at them. God is a very, very gracious God. This is about to be his third time starting over. This, like, you know what I'm saying? He's a very, very, I said third, twice. Very, very gracious God. Very. He kicked them out because, no. You don't want to live here. Because you live here, you're going to be here forever, bro. You're going to live forever. And you don't want to live forever suffering.
That's true.
You don't want to. That's what I'm saying. If Jesus keep on coming back, the Holy Spirit, because Jesus died, so the Holy Spirit can dwell in us. So now we have access to Him. Now we got cell phones automatically. Like, yo, speed dial. Jesus, I need you right now. If He comes back, that Holy Spirit is getting drawn back to Him.
I never lived that level, man. Wow.
So it's like if He keeps on coming back, we're going to continue to suffer. That's why there's death. That's why there's a purpose, and good job, well done, my faithful and good servant. Come in here. We can walk on water, have a pool party. That's what you know what I'm saying?
That's lit. That sound lit. Hey,
that's what it is. You don't want to stay here, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Tag on with the pool party. Oh, word. So this is what I get. Yeah. You definitely did. You did your dues, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, bro. I'm like, oh yeah.
Fun fact: there's actually rewards in heaven.
I believe it.
So for the people who sat there and acted like they didn't want to talk to God or woo 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 when I'm 30, da 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 da, you'll see people with these big old mansions, huge, and they might be 14 years old.
Oh, you probably got like PS7s in that joint.
Yep. And
I'm trying to see a PS7.
It's like, what did he do that I didn't, God? He followed my purpose through and through. He didn't stop. That 14-year-old preached the gospel to more than people than you can even imagine.
And it's so crazy because when we really talk about something like that, yo, I just look at it as like, bro, in so many ways, when you're, it's like now when you bring that up, right? It's like when you get closer to that purpose, the more your faith will be tested.
Yep.
The further you get deep in there, let's see how long. I want you to continue following this path, but I'm gonna make it a little bit difficult for you because in the end, the reward is endless.
Because you studied. Well, you should have studied. you studied, and then he said, okay, he put us to the test. But it's not like stop thinking like, oh, it's a test because it's a test. Like God's testing me. You need to go deeper than that. Why is he testing me? He's testing you to see how much more you can handle.
There is no testimony without a test.
You know what's worse than getting what you want in life? Getting it at the wrong time.
That's like you making $1 million. As we said earlier, you can get in $1 million, and you haven't went through the procedures and the experiences to learn how to handle $1 million. So when you get it, you're gonna blow it just as fast as you got it.
So you don't want to get a blessing and then ruin the blessing.
And then I feel like a ruined blessing has more backfired than you like getting it and then ruining it.
Yeah, because it's more than what we think. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, what did Drake say? It's more to your head tops, bro. It's more to your head tops. It's like, it's not like, oh, like, why should, like, oh, for example, why should a gay person can't love another gay person? I don't understand. You should be able to love. That's your common sense, but is that the manufacturer's idea?
Nah, big bro.
You like, I'll be telling them, like, don't get me wrong, you have a valid point. When you're angry, you should, like, when somebody slaps you, you should be able to hit them back. Don't get me wrong. For human knowledge, that makes sense. But it's bigger than us. It's bigger than that.
From a godly knowledge, it's from a whole unique perspective. You just looking at it as you on my level, he's on my level, so if he slap me, I'm gonna slap him back.
He tells you not to, like, those are what the commandments are for. They blow me. They be like, oh yeah, that's like a Bible, just a bunch of rule books.
He said, I can't even get a PS5 though. Hey, bro. Hey, you ain't look, you not lying, bro. I still got a PS4, but I still be playing it like it's a PS5, bro.
I'm weak.
I ain't gonna lie.
I be like a Nintendo Switch.
Look, I'm trying to tell you, I be getting all the games that be having the additional PS5 edition on it, so I can feel special a little bit.
I'm weak, bro.
But as you were saying, bro,
I was like, bro, it's like, I forgot what I was about to say. It's like we're doing. It's like it's different. It's more than what we think. The 10 Commandments, they think it's like a rule book, and the white man slaved us over and done it. First of all, the book ain't slave y'all. The people did. The book cannot slave you, bruh. That's like a bottle. That's like a glass bottle of Sprite going to court, and a glass bottle getting charged. Like it killed somebody.
This soda was charged of first-degree murder, and the guy ain't even dead. That's the crazy thing about it, bruh.
He laughed. and I'm just like, yo, but we think that's what the Bible is. And I'm like, no. Once again, it's a love letter. They keep us from... He's saying, don't even... That's why he sent Jesus. He's like, okay, bro. I see you're still not getting it. So, I'm going to send my son personally to break it down. So, it says in the Bible, do not commit adultery.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
But cheating can get you killed, bruh.
He went even further than that. He said if you even look at a woman, you have already committed adultery in your head.
I ain't gonna lie. If you said it like that, bruh, I must commit a lot of adultery, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I ain't done nothing with the women now.
Bruh, everybody
I've done that, but I mean, come on now. Some of them might make you crack your neck a little bit, like.
I mean, naturally, as you study, our minds automatically go to perfect figure shapes. So if you see something beautiful, you're gonna look.
Hey, yo.
So it's like, but it's what you. Is it a glance or is it a stare? That you gotta ask yourself.
I mean, I'm a single man, so it go to a glance. It go to a glance and a stare for a little bit. I don't try to be no creep. And then she turn around and I look back. Hey, sometimes you gotta be a little smooth with it. Like when they walk by, just make sure you already looking in that direction. So you just look over there. So when she walk by, then you can look down.
I'm weak.
Hey, yo, yeah, but nah.
It's like. And we think it's like a rule book and like, oh my gosh, like this is so strict. He's telling you because that bad seed will grow, not can, not could, not would, should, it will grow. Like for example, like we sitting here chilling, we playing what's back in the day, Joe? We playing Sega, Sega Genesis.
Dang, this boy said the Sega. You ain't say the PS2?
Now I used to play like that type of stuff. Like we chilling, like we're like 9 years old, bro. We're sitting there chilling, playing that, bro. And then something pops up on the screen that we're not supposed to see. Now
you never know. They implement that in like children's shows and stuff like that, and it's so crazy.
Now watch this. Now you saw that image. Now you go to school and now you're seeing girls that look like that. Now you're thinking about it. Now you go home and discover pornography. Now you start doing porn. There you go. That's your first sin. Now from looking at a girl, it led to that. Hold on.
You go beat your meat.
Cause people think I'm capping. people think I'm capping. Like, oh, he a little bit exaggerating right there, man. He exaggerated. Now hold on. You start masturbating. That's the first sin. Now it's like you have sex. Second sin.
Okay,
for marriage. Because now it's like, no, I want to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You have sex. That's a second sin. You see how one led to the other? Now hold on. That's two sexual ones. Now your mom finds something in your room. Now you gotta lie.
Oh, snap. You got them porn books laying up in there.
Now you gotta lie. Wait, isn't that a sin? Now
it's just like, dang, it's so crazy, bro. It's so crazy.
He's telling you not to touch it.
It's almost like the book in Atomic Habits where like they speak about habit stacking, right? They do one habit that leads up to another habit that leads up to another habit. You're just leaning on a bad habit that leads on to another bad habit that leads on to another bad habit. Well, in other words, you call this sin stacking. You stack one sin that connects to another sin that connects to another sin.
Bro, and then what happens is after that, bro, she gets pregnant. So now hold on. Now it's just like you find yourself, slightly stealing from your mom, slightly stealing from your dad, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks. Now you're a theft. Now you're a thief.
Dang.
And this sounds crazy, but this is people's story.
And then it leads up to like another sin, could be possibly abortion.
Abortion, not a sin. Anyway.
Abortion, not. Man, you practically killing a child. Come on now.
My body, my choice, but you're taking away the choice of a person that
ain't even exist. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, God gives everyone the freedom of choice, and it's like, it's just so crazy. I mean, like he's always there. I mean, at the end of the day, he's always there. Now I already know I'm not God, but I'm pretty sure just as much as us, we get sick of other people's shit.
Yep.
We get sick of it. We get sick of it. And I'm pretty sure we get sick of other people's stuff. He gets sick of other people's stuff too.
Oh, that's why he's just Jesus.
He's like, bro, what are you? Oh my God! I just told you.
Now hold on. Here's where people really start to realize this is real. Remember, he was like, he gets sick of it. Imagine every time he gets sick of it, he whips Jesus. One time.
Damn.
He's taking that. That's why when he died on the cross, that's what happened. Every penalty that we're ever gonna do.
He took all the smoke.
Because back in the day, you gotta realize in the Bible, you took a sacrificial lamb and stuff like that to the altar and stuff like that. That's why he's called the lamb. Like Jesus called the lamb. You took a lamb and and like cut it as a sacrifice to God, like for your sins and stuff like that. And it's like Jesus was the perfect lamb. Never committed a sin. I can't even go 30 seconds. He went his whole life without committed a single sin. A single sin. And he died a criminal's death to make us clean.
That's a lot of smoke to carry.
That's
a lot of smoke to carry. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm just
that's a lot of smoke.
People have to realize that, bro. He was like, when you really realize what happened to him, because it says it in the Bible, he was beat with Roman whips. So what the Roman whips were, it was actually 3-in-1, and it were 1 inch thick, or 3 inches thick.
That joint.
And it causes the one slash causes an inch deep scar on your back.
I'm about to say, I look like that ripped the skin off your back.
The one slash.
That would make somebody scream.
And he was beat with that multiple times. He was spit on. A thorn crown was placed on his head to make fun of him while he was getting beat. Matter of fact, they didn't even stab him to the chest or anything. When he had the hose in his hand and got beaten like that and stuff like that, and when he got stabbed and everything, his heart actually Christian scientist, his heart actually burst.
Dang.
From going through so much.
I believe that.
And he died right there. And then the fact that you can't even wake up and say, thank you, God.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I just said. That's why I'm saying gratitude comes a long way, bro. I think it's scientifically proven that gratitude improves your life. Gratitude literally improves your life. When you really just open up that damn cranium of yours, just pop your damn head open just a little bit, just crack it open a little bit. Just be open-minded about it, and just be thinking like, wow. Okay, a lot of people are like, okay, I don't have these shoes. He don't have no legs.
Like I'm saying, bro.
He don't have no legs. He don't even have feet.
And people hate saying that, like, oh, it could be worse. Well, I don't want to hear that right now, but until you get worse.
There's so many people that have so much, but when someone has nothing, they are so joyful.
And I'm just like, you don't, like, for some reason, I don't think you're getting it. Just because you have stuff. Like, what happened to Robin Williams? Look at all these artists that's killing themselves with millions of dollars. That just stuff doesn't make you happy.
Yeah, that tell you money doesn't. That's why they tell you got to work on yourself first. Find that inner peace first. And something that Oprah Winfrey said too. They was like, when you don't know yourself, when you step into that pinnacle of fame and that fortune, everyone's going to put a look on you and you're going to intake that look because you didn't choose to find yourself. So they give you an image.
That's a whole nother conversation. Watch out for her.
I mean, I went off that, but I think that's true. That's true. Like, if you don't know yourself,
I'm saying that's very true. I just want to make sure.
And that was on a podcast. I don't really listen to her. That wasn't just on a podcast. I was tapping in because she was featured on a podcast. But I was just saying about that specific quote itself, and I think that's true. When you don't know yourself, you step into fame, the paparazzi, Shade Room, World Star, all these other people gonna give you a look that isn't you. But you intake that look because you didn't know who you are from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Identity is key. Where we can find identity in Christ. He said, I can't even read that. I needed this.
Money don't buy happiness.
I needed this confirmation.
Oh, we spend some bars here, bro.
I'm glad, bro. I'm glad.
I mean, I knew we was gonna have a good podcast, but I didn't think it would get like. I didn't think it would get like this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, bro. The spirit is moving in this room. I'm
trying to tell you, this is just the enthusiasm, the energy. Energy is real. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people got to prioritize their energy. Meaning they got to move away from the people that disrupts their energy. And some people call being antisocial, okay, you just don't like nobody. No. Sometimes being antisocial, you're prioritizing the energy because ain't too many people who deserve the energy.
The funny thing is, I think now that you see me work in and out, back and forth, you know, now you saw it for yourself. People are like, oh yeah, Nate, you were automatically an extrovert. I'm like,
no.
No. It's like, I'm an antisocial extrovert. Can I talk to people? Yes, I can. Will I? No.
No. Yeah, I know. I feel you, bro. And it's like, you have to prioritize your energy because there are some energy bloodsuckers out here. It's like those people that ask you for advice. Oh, I need some advice. Can you help me? You tell them what they need to do, right? And they don't do it. They don't take your advice, and that's just draining your energy. It's like,
That's why God says to plant the seed and let it nourish.
Why am I even
plant the seed and let it nourish, bro? That's
oh
not.
My God.
Like, that's not for it. Your job or our job on this earth is to guide people. If I tell you, woo, let's say like you were doing stuff, and I'm like, all right, Braxton, you shouldn't do that anymore. That's the seed. I'm not supposed to water it. I'm not supposed to do anything.
You supposed to let that do yeah.
I planted it. Now it's up to the Holy. It's up to you to let the Holy. See, here's another thing, bro. We don't have to chase for God. He's already at the door. He just wants you to let him in.
Is that you going to all these other doors, but there's literally one door right there in front of your face. You be like, all right, I'm going to go in this left door. I'm going to go in this right door. I'm going to go in this other left door. I'm going to go to this door all the way to the far right. I'm going to go to this door all the way to the far left, knowing that the door that you're supposed to be going through is right there.
Just because it's harder to open, we'll walk a mile for another door. And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
And I feel like just as much as anything else, getting closer to God also takes work too. Just as much as you work for your goals and work for your ambitions, you also have to work to build that relationship with God too.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to a friend. He's been through a lot through his life. He's only 17, and he just had a child like I talked about like last week.
I already know that's a lot. Even being at 17, having a kid, that already could tell it.
So woo woo.
That already tells that. Yeah.
And I'm just like, he got a trial. So it's like he ain't doing nothing wrong, but he was just with the wrong crowd, wrong time,
wrong people. And I feel like affiliation is a huge factor too. And molding your energy, I think your affiliation. Trey Sean has said it, in his podcast. He said what changes you is the books you read, the people, the meetings that you attend, and your association, who you're associated with.
Yep.
That's a huge factor, who you're associated with. And who you're associated with, energy is a real thing. Whoever you associate, you're going to intake that energy. So you're going to, it's like, I'll put in this aspect, right? I said this yesterday. I wish I could have said this on a podcast, but I'm saying the things that you feed in your mind is the things that you feed in your soul.
Yep. You know what's funny? I was just watching a sermon on that because I asked people wondering. Okay, I'm gonna because it both ties in what I was about to say and what you just said. It both ties in. What I was telling him is, he said, Nate, I'm trying. I'm doing my best, man. I'm thinking like 1 Corinthians. You know what I'm saying? Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not
Well, love isn't something you find. So love is something that comes to you.
Love is actually an action. It's not a feeling.
Well, oh wow, it's actually you just schooled me on something today. I didn't know that.
love is an action. Like the definition of love is an action, not a feeling, and that's where the LGBT community is wrong. But it's like, oh yeah, pride, and pride is a bad thing. It's a sin. So, but it's like
back on topic.
It's like, yo, how much time is it going to? First, I told him, I was like, first of all, you're in the best place you are right now. Because you're getting frustrated because you're not changing fast enough. That is beautiful.
Bro.
That is beautiful. You're getting frustrated because you're not changing for the good fast enough. And I know it calms his mind down. And I said, he said, how long is it going to take? How much time you spend with God?
That's real.
That's real. That's how long it's going to take.
That's real.
How much time? I'm telling you, bro, I've seen people be Christian from 1 year to 10 and finally started, doing Christian things from 10 years. I've seen people went to clubs, get twerked on, drunk bottles, smoke weed, marijuana, meth.
Oh my God, you gotta do
meth
on that.
And open a church the next year.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna be wrong. I go to clubs too, but I don't do it as much anymore because now half the time I'm spending so much time with myself.
Yeah,
I'm spending. It's like that self isolation.
I promise you. I bet you $100 you're gonna go one more time.
What?
You're gonna go to the club one more time.
I mean, of course. I mean, but I'm not
But
crazy.
you're never gonna go again. Let me explain why. God is low key changing. You're not letting him in fully. Because you're reading, like, you're kind of still getting it from the world, but the world is off the Bible. So you're still getting it, regardless. But you're pulling a little more slow, and now your vision, your perspective is not down here anymore. It's
That's strong, because, like, you're right.
When you go in there now, you're going to see what I saw.
Right, bro. I swear to you not, bro. When I went in the club, bro, I was not trying to get behind no girl in that joint. I went in the joint, I was just partying with my bros, bro. I was in there just turning up.
You're gonna come in there. You're gonna be like, this time, because now that you've been doing all this, you're gonna try to go in there. You'll be like, yeah, and you're gonna feel like you're not supposed to be here. Like that's kind
of like what I ain't gonna say I was getting that vibe the first time, but like when I went in there, it didn't hit. It was just like, bro. Who are all these people, bro? Like, these are all weirdos in here.
I looked at the first time I went to the club. I only went to the club twice. When I went with y'all, that was my last time. Because when I realized this, bro, I was like, everyone in here is broken.
It was, in a way, I was like,
everyone in here is searching.
Something in my head was telling me that same thing, too.
Everyone here is searching for instant gratification.
Oh, my God. Hey, bruh. Hey, bro, when you talk about instant, man, I just now noticed my voice got dumb squeaky when I said, oh, my God. But, yeah, instant gratification is something I wanted to really talk, because I literally, right before you came in, I literally did a separate podcast about this, and I was talking about being organic. And And it was just something that I did beforehand, right? And I just knew I'm not that type of person, right? So, of course, in some ways, you have to spend money to make, like, to get yourself out there, to promote your work. Sometimes it comes with that, right?
Yeah.
And on my Common Sense podcast, I went through I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but I'm gonna explain why I kind of connected with what you were saying.
Yeah.
I paid the guy to, okay, I want to go ahead and do this promotion. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. So he did a promotion, and I was like, I was expecting to get real people on my page, but now I got so many false followers, and it felt so wrong to me because it was like, this is not who I am. I'm not looking for instant gratification because 20K followers look good, but it's not going to match up with the posters you got on your page.
Fun fact for the people in there too. If 99.9% of the time, if it gives you instant gratification, it's bad.
That's how I was feeling. I was like, this ain't even good. This ain't even me. So I did
press that little power. Oh, you can't.
Yeah. I was like, this ain't even good. This ain't even me. This don't feel like me because I'm so genuine. And when I'm genuine, I want to be surrounded with genuine supporters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I had that, I'm not even gonna give up on the page because I worked hard to even put all that content on the page. I'm not even gonna start over nothing new. But like that 20K, that's why I'm not gonna go on no Instagram like, look, I got 20K followers. Now I'm looking for gratification from other people that's trying to prove my worth. I'm not looking for that. Only 2 people can prove my worth. For 1, God, and 2, I gotta prove it to myself. It's nobody who I'm proving it to but me.
You can't prove it to nobody.
I can't prove it to nobody. The way you look at yourself is the way the world gonna look at you. If you look at yourself worthless, somebody else gonna look at you in that same aspect.
Especially these girls wearing the skimpy skirts. But anyway.
And so, and it didn't feel good to me because I'm like, this ain't even me, bruh. Like, I wasn't even expecting to get all those fake followers, bro. I wasn't even expecting. I could be honest. They are fake followers. So don't be fooled by the 20K because the 20K and the likes on the page are not going to match. But I'm not going to give up on the page because I believe one day this Common Sense podcast is going to really, truly, truly blow up and help inspire other people. So, oh, man.
That's actually perfect. That was a perfect end because it was 1:30.
Right. And I guess we can just go ahead and wrap this up, bro. And wrap this. I got some knit and grit questions to ask you once when the podcast end. One, I always say this at every end of the podcast, bro. Kings and queens, I catch you guys later. 1, faith plus great work ethic creates vulnerable opportunity. Well, I'm supposed to be saying that at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and skip right into the knit and grit questions.
Yeah.
And this is going to be really, really, really quick because these like really quick questions. I wish I should have had it out at the beginning. Let's see, knit and grit questions. Boom. So what are some gems that definitely touch you to a deep level out of this conversation?
There was a lot. Actually, I even got something from this conversation, from the stuff you were saying.
I even got some stuff that you were saying too, bro. Like I gotta retrace back. Like you had some bars. You had some bars, bro.
Holy Spirit had some bars, bro. And
of course.
0% me.
I used to be telling myself that because it's so crazy. Like not to really like extend it any further, but every time when I get into a conversation with someone, that's why I feel like that's why I start a podcast. So I feel like I have the gift to speak, and why not use that gift? You live your gift through what God gave you, and that's how you get where you need to be. You live through the gift what God gave you.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of things I be so unconscious of a lot of things that I say. I'm like, wow, I really said that. Like I'd be surprised at myself. But as you said, it's not me. It's the man up above speaking. So he's just translating whatever he's throwing into this cranium of mine, and I'm just speaking it out whatever he's passing through my body. Yeah. So. Oh, but what is there something very specific that you really got out of this conversation? Because I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot though.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. It's a lot that you said, and there's a lot that I said, but it's a lot that like really hit.
Bro, hard.
Really touch on this some deep stuff.
Nothing less for the first time today. I listened to Nothing Less for the first time today. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. The song Nothing Less.
Vulnerability and spirit all over that joint. What word, bruh? So yeah, what was something that really? I feel like I know what really because you pointed it out like soon as you're like, yo, that actually is true.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
It was saying if you're gonna pray about it, don't worry about it.
If you're gonna pray about it, don't worry about it. If you're gonna worry about it, don't pray about it.
Don't pray about it.
That's tough.
Don't pray about it. If you're gonna worry about it, don't pray about it.
That's tough.
Real
I'm gonna keep
tough.
that for the rest of my life.
Hey, that's true. Like, if you're gonna worry about something, don't pray about it. If you're just gonna sit there and worry about it, but if you're not gonna worry about it, then pray about it.
That's extremely tough.
All right. So what are some personal affirmations you tell yourself on a day-to-day basis?
What do you mean by affirmations?
Affirmations is like something like I can, I will, I must. Things that pertain to this conversation, especially with Christ. I know you got some affirmations with Christ, like, oh, God is my Lord and Savior. That could be an affirmation. Or it's just things that you tell yourself on a regular basis.
Oh, that tell us, don't be so hard on yourself. Because I'm a perfectionist. And I'm the worst critic of myself. I mean, everybody says, yeah, you're your worst critic. But I think I am especially hard on I think he's saying like, oh yeah, I like the song Nothing Less. I thought the mixing was garbage. Like, I mean, I didn't think it was garbage, but I was like, no, I could be better than this. I could be better. I could do better. I could do this. And I'm always trying to achieve the next level. It's just like, no, bro, like relax. Like you're doing fine.
That's true, and that's why I try to go on this podcast, bro. I try not to be perfect, so sometimes I might leave a little bit of errors in there because I don't want to make it seem like the people I'm perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. There's no perfect human being out here. A lot of people be trying to idolize other people like, oh my God, that person is perfect. Why is that person perfect? Because the way they look? Why? I mean, come on now, let's think of from a mental aspect. Is the person perfect mentally? And even everybody's not even perfect mentally, because you have your shortcomings.
That's what I'm saying.
So no one is perfect. No one's perfect physically. Some girls, they be so uncomfortable with they stretch marks on their legs, but they got a nice butt. They got all this thing nice, but he was like, oh my God. They look at that as a downside. No one is perfect.
Fun fact, because I want to do it on a podcast and on live. Well, probably the podcast, the podcast going to stay. If shorty say, or a man say, you rate yourself, and they say they are 10, time to leave.
Oh, it's time to go. I feel like, because I don't even rate myself as a 10. I mean, sure,
if you rate yourself is that person rate themselves as a 10, book it.
No cap. I mean, I rate myself as an 8. Is that bad?
Nah, but the 10, you're basically saying you don't got a flaw.
You have no flaw, exactly. Because like, I feel like it's ratings to different levels. That means rating physically, and that's rating mentally. You could be physically a 10, but mentally you could be like a 2, bro.
Because 8 is like you have high standards for yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But once it hits 10, you think you're perfection.
You think I'm everything.
You think you're Cell. You think you're the perfect. You think you're the perfect creation.
Like I said, I don't believe I'm perfect, but I sure enough ain't gonna devalue myself though. Vice versa.
I'm about to say you think you're the final form of Cell. Like I'm.
It was oh man, y'all gonna like Frieza. This isn't even my final form.
This is perfection.
And last but not least, bro, would you like to be back on this podcast again?
Actually, yeah, that would be a whole nother gym.
Like, bro,
let's call it gyms. It's cause we don't have a topic.
Bro, we just gonna call it gym, bro, because like we ain't got nothing but gyms. Like, and I feel like, bro, a lot of stuff you said, bro, even for myself, because this podcast is solely focusing on like the overall situation, but also more so on yourself too.
Yeah,
a lot of gyms you said, bro, it's gonna help a lot of people. And I feel like a lot of stuff you said, people need to hear it, and I think that's the point of a podcast. We're trying to open up people's minds to having a different perspective of how the way they should look at the world, or a different way of how other people view the world too. Yeah, because I could be one of the people in the audience, and I'm listening to what you're saying. I could be like, wow, I'm looking at the world kind of wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I'm looking in this way, but the way he looking at it is way. It's not to.
You know what? I think the spirit is speaking. We need to do another one on love language, because there's 5 different types of love languages. And we're going to go deeper into that, of why that's important, that you know your love language and that you know others.
No cap. I'm going to need you to keep this live, because I'm going to reshare this.
I'm going to try, but it's been like 2 hours, so it's probably like...
It's probably going to cut out. No, it's about to end though. Yeah, bro, but this was definitely real. Like, it was definitely a pleasure having you. I have a list, so I picked the right people. People who I know has common sense, has some type of knowledge I know to give people. That's who I feature. So it's good that I put you in, because you definitely had a lot. And yeah, I definitely feel like I need to look over this too, because it's a lot that you said that I'm going to need to learn too.
You expected knowledge, but you got some wisdom.
I got wisdom. I got knowledge. I got more than what any other human being who hasn't watched this haven't got. I'm going to just put it that way. So, once again, since we already did the nitty-gritty questions, once again, peoples, faith plus great work ethic creates vulnerable opportunity. Make sure you show gratitude. Make sure you pray and stay blessed at all times, people. And we will catch you guys in the next episode of Common Sense. Peace.